question, well, it's not really a question that I got today or whatever for this live, but I see it more and more often now that baby season is going on, and not just also just on the Cornsnakes on Facebook group and stuff. People have, for instance, an amelanistic female and just two random cornsnake morphs, and then they say, oh, look at these babies, it is reverse Okeetee and Okeetee. And a couple of days ago I even saw somebody saying, yeah, I will have Okeetees and extreme reverse Okeetees and Miamis in a clutch. But yeah, that's not how it works. So I want to talk a bit about line breeding. Janotte, oh, Janotte, hello. One of the, well, he is the buff guy. Tell me about, I guess, the buff stuff and what your idea with it. So yeah, Janotte, I will go into it. Thanks for watching. Janotte is the buff inventor, basically, and I got my first buff from him, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago, 12 years ago, so a long time ago. But first, let's go back to the line breeding thing. So, for instance, Okeetee, well, I don't want to go too deep into it, well, maybe I should, but basically you can be an Okeetee, that means you are from the Okeetee Hunt Club area and you were caught in the wild, and then you are a real Okeetee. The same with a Miami, so if I was walking in Miami and I see a corn snake and I catch it, yeah, then you can say it's a real Miami corn snake. But in the hobby we use those terms sometimes with face behind it, so Miami face or Okeetee face. But to be honest, phase usually it's just dropped off. So in the hobby, if somebody says I have a Miami, they usually mean a Miami phase, which means it is a wild type corn snake that has been bred for generations. So line breeding or selective breeding for like a really gray background, like no yellow in the background, and nice red saddles. But an Okeetee, for instance, is bred for a really orange to almost red background, really red saddles, really thick black borders around those saddles. But yeah, you have to selectively breed for it. It's not that it just pops up. It's not a single gene like amelanistic or caramel or whatever. So you cannot, in one clutch of eggs, you cannot hatch an Okeetee and a Miami, because you are either line breeding for one or for the other. Which can be, for me, I'm doing this. I had my first corn snake in 2000, so that's more than 25 years ago. I started with reptiles and with snakes. So I'm not old. I'm getting a bit old, but at least I'm sort of old school with stuff like that. So I sort of hate it if people say, oh, look, I sell this Miami corn, and then somebody buys it not knowing what it is, and then they think, oh, I have a Miami corn, and they breed more Miami corns, and they mix it with an Okeetee, and now they have Miami Okeetee, and it just, yeah, it is half, well, maybe more, but half of the time it's just normals. Sorry for my rant, but it just annoys me sometimes a bit. Also into that with the line breeding is the clutch that I put on YouTube, I think yesterday or maybe the day before, with the Aztecs. I think it was yesterday. So my line of Aztecs, well, it's not my line, I've been working on this for quite some time, but of course I also started buying some Aztecs from people and just continuing the line, keeping the coolest and making them more and more striped. That is also selective breeding. So it's not a morph, it's not like the Syrah that is on or off, it's not like a melanistic that you can see or not, it's just selective breeding. So if you ever would see somebody offering a het Aztec or something, don't believe it, don't buy it. You can just visually see if a snake has just a round pattern like this, like a normal, then it's a normal. If it has a zigzaggy pattern like that, then you can call it either zigzag or Aztec. And it also doesn't mean if two saddles are just slightly connected, like if these two are just connected, it's not instantly an Aztec, of course, because yeah, it's also selective breeding.